Chris Hughton, a defeat today. Did you feel you made it too easy for Everton?
Well, if I look at the two goals that they've scored, they're two great strikes. We should have done better on the first one, but it's a wonderful strike, and they can show that type of quality. Of course, the second goal is direct from a free kick, and again they've got that type of quality. I thought we were certainly better as the game went on in that second half period. I thought we had a real go to get back into the game. I don't think anybody could accuse us in the latter stages of the game of lying down and not giving ourselves an opportunity to get back in, which we did. It was that type of game. You're up against an Everton side that you know is going to have a lot of possession. We arguably had the best chance in the first half through Gary Hooper. That one goes in, and perhaps that just gives us that little lift that we needed, scoring away from home. But you know what an Everton side is going to be like, and they keep the possession very, very well. They probably didn't create the amount of clear chances. Can't remember too many saves that John Ruddy has had to make in that period, but they threatened a lot. But I was pleased with the way we finished the game, but we needed to start better.
You started with Gary Hooper and Ricky Van Wolfswinkel up front together. It left you one short in midfield. On reflection, was that the right call?
Yes, it's a decision. You know, we play an extra one in midfield, and it means that you perhaps have a little bit more of possession. Remember, these are a side that are very, very good here. You have a little bit more of the possession, but then of course you're not giving yourself the opportunities to score the goals that perhaps you would like. So I think that the system that we played was one that gave us an opportunity to perhaps close them down at the back. Gave us an opportunity to get the ball up the park and keep the ball up the park, and to try and give us opportunities to score goals. So it's always the same. If you play one in the extra one in midfield, then perhaps some will feel that you didn't give yourself an opportunity to score goals.
There were several spells in the game where Everton were really pushing. As you mentioned, they didn't particularly work John Ruddy that often, but you were finding it difficult to get out of your own box at times. Have you got enough leaders out there on the pitch who are getting your messages across to their teammates?
Yes, we have. What we experienced today is what most teams that have come here this season have experienced, and that's what you experience against the likes of the better teams, your Arsenals and your Liverpools, that are able to show the quality that in possession that they show today. But again, from that possession, they certainly didn't create as much of clear-cut chances as what they would have liked. And as I said, probably Gary Hooper's was the best chance in that first half period. But what you need to be able to do, you have to be able to, on tough away days like today, you have to be able to be organised and soak up a fair amount of pressure. And we also do have to realise that the two goals that they've scored, you know, it's not goals that they've opened us up and created chances. It's a great strike from 25 yards, and of course a free kick from probably the same distance.
Can I ask you about Wes Hoolahan from a manager's point of view, and the situation you've got now where clearly the player knows that there's interest from other clubs, and he didn't get on the pitch today. How do you manage that? Because if he's not playing for you, isn't his head automatically going to be turned?
Well, he has been playing for us. You know, what we have to remember is that he's played in the last two league games. He was out of our last game, injured from our last game. So he is somebody that has been playing. So no, it's the same management as always. You know, he's a player that's contracted to us. There's of course been lots of speculation, but that is speculation, and he is no different to any other player that we have here.
And finally, is it a result today, a performance today, that makes you more determined to add during this transfer window?
We are working very hard to be able to do that. We have had injuries, and of course, you know, it's not something that we've generally gone on about because we've just tended to get on with it. But you know, we have missed, you know, the likes of Johnny Howson that was playing ever so well, and Alex Tete, and of course Anthony Pilkington. And at one stage, of course, we had some 4 or 5 midfield players out. So we are trying to work as hard as we can to make sure that the squad is right. Certainly before, you know, this window finishes, that we've got the right squad, the right numbers to be able to compete going through to the end of the season.
Thanks for talking to us, Chris.